Hi and welcome back to my collecting goals of 2022, and most of the time I make this video in the beginning of the year. We are now in the fourth month and it's really getting, time really flies by. But as we have seen in my gaming update video that this year wasn't really that great for me. It is getting better though. An update on the crash of my car. It's completely funded, so I don't have to pay anything for the damage, and it was actually very expensive. It was a lot of damage on the car that you could not see. But next week the car will be completely repaired and I can drive my awesome car again. So hopefully no one is going to crash into me again. However, we're going to talk about collecting goals. As a game collector, at least that's how I do it. Every year I have a sort of vision of what do I want to collect? What's my goal this year in terms of collecting? Now there is one specific goal that I will probably accomplish because it's so easy. And that is the Xbox 360 Complete Exclusive Collection. I actually got two games this week. It was Section 8 and Halo Wars. And I am finalizing the collection. I always have all the games that I want for the 360. And there are a couple of other ones. And I have to admit, the 360 actually had a lot more exclusive games than I thought it had. It also has a lot more RPGs than I thought it had. One of them is Infinite Undiscovery. I actually checked out a gameplay video and I was like, holy damn, this would be a game that I would absolutely love to play. So when I'm actually going to buy that game, I will probably play it just like Magna Carta 2. It looks really cool, and everyone, at least every review that I have seen from the game from YouTubers, not from IGN or whatever, they all say, if you like RPGs, you're probably gonna like this game. So, yeah, that is the collecting goal for this year. A complete 360 exclusive collection for the games that I want, and I'm almost done. In the back of my mind, I'm also sort of saying, oh, I want a complete Xbox original collection. I really like that generation. And I know that the Xbox actually had a lot of games like Otage, Gun Valkyrie, games that I wished was on PlayStation 2, but it wasn't. However, the original Xbox had a lot more exclusives than most people think it had. And some of them are very expensive. For example, Outrun 2 is like $200. And Gun Valkyrie is like 60, 80. So it's a little bit more difficult to get some of these higher end original Xbox games. In terms of the Nintendo Switch, we'll just do collection platform after platform. In terms of the Nintendo Switch, I have not been playing that much. I have played a little bit of Monster Hunter Stories 2, and I did like it. There's nothing wrong about the game. Maybe I'm just burned out on RPGs at this moment. I've been playing so many RPGs, especially last year and this year. I'm like, I have to step out of it for a little bit. Same goes with Monster Hunter, same goes with like the Yakuza franchise. I've played so many games throughout the years. I'm burned out on them. So I played it for like an hour or two and I really couldn't really get into it. The only game that I'm honestly interested in is Kirby, the new Kirby game. People say it's amazing. It reminds them of Mario Odyssey, and I love Mario Odyssey. I'm actually never really big into platform games, but I am getting there. At the moment I'm actually playing Rayman 3. It's in the background, and I remember Rayman 3 had a lot of hype. I never played it, and I'm playing right now. I'm at the second level, and man, it has a lot of, just like a lot of, games before the PS3 era. It has a certain charm to it, it had something, the graphics, the music, how the game plays. It had a certain, beginning 2000 charm to it that's completely lost with the PS3 era and PS4, PS5. At least that's how I see it. But Kirby is the Nintendo Switch game that I will probably want to play. And that's it. I have no interest, to be honest, to play on Nintendo Switch. There are some games like Advance Wars. It has been delayed for the war in Ukraine. That of course I'm completely against. I'm against every war. It's so fruitless. It's futile. Why the hell? Whatever. It doesn't matter. And there are some other games like the new Fire Emblem Warrior game that looks pretty cool. But if I'm really gonna play them, really gonna buy them, probably not. So that was the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch, and I have had sort of a dream, I guess, that I want to collect for the Super Nintendo. However, as everybody knows, Super Nintendo is getting very, very expensive. Even here in Holland, it's getting very expensive. So maybe I'll get a Super Nintendo bundle with a couple of games, but probably not. So in terms of PlayStation 1 is getting more difficult to collect for. I don't see many PlayStation 1 games being sold, and if they are being sold, they're or Disney style games that I'm not interested in, or they are the games that I am interested in, but they're very expensive. PlayStation 1 is sort of the new Super Nintendo. Games can go up to $300-400 complete, and especially RPGs can go up to 60, 50, 80 euros. PlayStation 1 is not a console anymore that is heavily available, just like PS2. I mean, there's a shit ton of PS2 games. PlayStation 1 is getting more difficult to collect for. I will try to sort of one by one get a couple of games, but that's it. I probably got a couple of games this year for PS1. PS3, to get it out of the way, no interest. I basically have all the PS3 games that I want. There are a couple that I still need, but if I see them and cheap, I may pick them up. If I don't see them, I don't care that much. To me, PS3 is the only system as of right now that I feel is complete, from my perspective. Then we have the PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 4. Now this year, I have only been playing on PlayStation 2. That's basically it. I did play Diablo 1 yesterday. I beat the game again for like the 700th time, but most of the time I'm playing on PS2. I've actually played and beaten Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 this week. I was actually at the end of the game. I don't know why I stopped playing these years ago, but I was literally at the end of the game. So it took me like one evening and boom, I completed the game. And I'll admit, the ending kind of sucked. The ending was really stupid. But the game it's a great game. But I do prefer the original one over the second one though. And after that I started playing Rayman 3. Now in terms of collecting for the PlayStation 4, I actually did get 2 games this week in the mail. I finally got Rolling Gunner and I got Doki Doki Plus. Don't know why I bought this, to be honest. I bought this last year in October. It's a visual novel and I don't have anything with visual novels. Maybe because it was cheap and I kind of like the box art. This, however, is a shmup. It's really cool. It's the only PlayStation 4 game that I have played this year. It's really cool. It's a really cool game. And these are games that I ordered like last year. And that's kind of what I want to say is most games that I probably will get this year are games that I pre-ordered last year or this year from like Strictly Limited, Limited Run, or Play Asia. Not saying that I'm not going to collect for the PS4, but it's definitely not my main system this year. But everything could change, however. At the end of this month, the last week, I have a week vacation, and there are 2 games that I really want to play. And I have to choose between one of them. It's Elden Ring or Horizon Forbidden West. And it basically depends on which of these games is more expensive. As of right now, I can get Elden Ring for 45 and Horizon for 50. So as of right now, Elden Ring is winning sort of the battle of I'm probably going to play that game that week. And you never know, maybe, you know, once I played Elden Ring or Forbidden West, I get fully back into modern gaming or PS4 gaming, you could say, and go and collect a lot more PS4 games, go and play a lot more PS4 games. You never know. But as of right now, my feeling is that the PlayStation 2 will be my main system to collect for and probably also play on, to be honest. Not only do I still have a lot of games in my collection that I would love to play that I never played or never beat or I want to replay, the PS2 has an enormous library of amazing PlayStation 2 games that I still need to get. And the PlayStation 2 is sort of on its way. It's slowly becoming more expensive. You slowly see more games being more expensive, but it's still very affordable. High-end games, at least for me personally, high-end games like Suikoden 5, Suikoden 5 is like $60. That is expensive, but it's payable. It's not 300 or 400 like Symphony of the Nights or Klonoa. That's really expensive actually on PlayStation 1. There are of course some PlayStation 2 games that are crazy expensive, like Rule of Rose, and you have Kuon that is crazy expensive. But those are games that I am mildly interested in. I you know, if I can get them, that's okay, but I don't really need them. So the PlayStation 2 will probably be the main system that I will collect for, and I actually already have bought a significant amount of PS2 games. For example, Rayman 3 that I'm playing right now, and Scalar, etc., and Burnout. I kind of want to complete all the Burnout games. I kind of want to get all the Need for Speed games, because I do remember Underground 1 and 2, they were pretty good racing games, but I never played them, just for an example. But I'm also getting these really weird games like Fighting Angels. Go look up YouTube what Fighting Angels is. It's sort of like Dead or Alive, but it's not. It's funny. It was $10. Who gives a shit? Those are kind of games that were back then, you know, a lot more. Nobody gives a shit about. Now it's almost impossible to make a game like that. And you know, the PS4 at this moment is the biggest collection. It finally beat the PlayStation 2 last year, and I still have like 25 games in pre-order, and they will probably get more games throughout the year. But PS2, however, is catching up. It's probably catching up, and who knows, maybe at the end of this year, the PS2 will be the king again of the game collection. So that is sort of my gaming collecting goals of this year. If you're still watching, leave in the comments below. What is your gaming goal, collecting goal, whatever, for 2022? What platform are you going to collect for? And some of you are probably now screaming, but PlayStation 5! Yeah, no. There won't be a PlayStation 5 here in this house in this year. Probably not. If I'll be completely honest, the only game that I'm really interested in that is PS5 exclusive is Ratchet & Clank. That's honestly it. That's it. Demon's Souls, don't get me wrong, I would love to play Demon's Souls again, but it's still a remake of a game I already played. I would prefer to get Elden Ring than Demon's Souls remake, because Elden Ring is a new game and Demon's Souls is an old game. And Ratchet & Clank, but also games like Kena, Sifu, they're all on PS4, and I will probably get them and play them on PS4. So it really depends on the gaming industry. When are they finally sort of moving away from the PS4 generation? And that could take up a lot of time, maybe even next year. But this year, no PS5. So I hope you like this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. And like always, you're gonna see me next time.